Cue the explosion. I bet you we will never get texts from my parents about something up in the air and we not reply quickly. And I bet my parents won't ever make a decision again that we could go the other way on, just assuming. I would really be curious if you have any instances of this happening for you with family, whether you live together or not. This is one of those stories that perfectly sums up multi-generational living, having the good, the bad, the messy, all rolled into one sometimes. Basically, what we're talking about is a small, simple piece of the larger renovation that should have been, you would think, super easy, quick, rolling like clockwork, that ended in yelling and frustration and a whole lot of lessons learned. And real life can get messy. People have different opinions. People have different ways of handling things. People have different communication styles. And it doesn't matter if you've got the best systems, the best communications, the best processes, shit is still going to hit the fan sometimes. Here's what happened. We've got some communication stuff. We've got some family dynamic stuff, maybe some control issues. My dad moves fast, sometimes too fast. It is who he is. It's how he's always been. Sometimes it works great. Sometimes it bites him or other people in the ass. My mom, she's always going to support my dad. And sometimes that means making excuses, sometimes warranted, sometimes not. My husband, he is an engineer. He is very black and white, right and wrong. He has no filter. And sometimes, especially in instances like these that are kind of already fast-paced and chaotic and charged, it can make it way worse. And then there's me, and I have pieces of all of that. I also tend to be, very no filter. My big thing is I tend to either be over here, which is loud, no filter, dying on the hill of XYZ, or over here where I can sometimes fall into this only child of parents where I, appease to smooth the, to keep the peace. Because I've learned over the years that sometimes things that should, you would think, be small can get mushroomed into big things if someone doesn't back down. My dad and I have butted heads a lot over the years. We are just two headstrong people, and you throw my husband into the mix and it's like, here's what happened. One piece of the renovation was building a new wall for our master bedroom at Marshwinds. And we needed a door to go into the bedroom. John and I found this beautiful solid wood door. We ordered it from a company. It arrived very damaged. The delivery guy left it out in the rain. No one even knew it was there. By the time my parents found it, they sent us pictures of this damaged, waterlogged door. We immediately jump into like, okay, got to fix this. We get on the phone with the company. We're working on getting a replacement sent. We got to get this one picked up, all this stuff. Meanwhile, my dad, being the incredible craftsman that he is, broke out the tools and dove right into fixing, repairing, and installing the damaged door. Cue the explosion. So, you've got us who were like, wait, you didn't even wait to hear from us. You sent us all this stuff. We dove right into coming up with a solution. What do you mean you went ahead and got started on it? We don't want the damaged door. You got my parents who were like, we didn't hear back from you. You took too long to reply, and we're ready to have this construction stuff done. And so Dad has spent the last hours. Yes, this is about a door. And no, it's not just about a door. I bet you we will never get texts from my parents about something up in the air and we not reply quickly if we see it. And I bet my parents won't ever make a decision again that we could go the other way on, just assuming. We all kind of found ourselves falling into this familiar cycle. And I want to bring that around to the lessons learned. So the most obvious lessons learned were, for us, faster communication, faster responses when decisions are being made. Even if it was a simple, hey, message received, stand by, that would have averted all of this issue. My parents, the lesson they learned, I think, is that decisions about our stuff cannot be made until there's confirmation of some sort. We can't just assume until we clarify. I'm always saying clarity is kindness. What it's really done for me, I've thought about this issue. It's been about 5 or 6 days. It shined a light on some of these patterns, some of these behaviors that a lot of times we think we've done the work. We think, oh, that's in the past, or oh, I don't do that anymore, or I'm past all of that. And things can still pop up. So for me personally, it was kind of an invitation for me to continue working on that piece of me that wants to make my parents happy and doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings and wants them to feel appreciated, because my dad did work for hours on that door, and I don't want that to be for nothing. And I certainly don't want to cause some big blow up that could last a long time over, a $300 door. And so I'm proud of myself, at least in that moment, for recognizing that, hey, how does this fit into the bigger picture? It's a $300 door. My dad is confident he can fix it. It's not going to be noticeable, and it's good, and it'll be done. And if it's not, it's a $300 door. I'll replace it at some point. And I think that my parents and John, I think we're all having that same kind of reflection, like, oh, okay, these are kind of some things that we're going to need to keep revisiting ongoing as we keep going down this multi-gen path, right? The biggest lesson, though, is that these kinds of things are going to happen again and again and again, because life, because humans, and that's how it goes. The trick is learning how to handle them better next time the what hits the fan. Multi-gen living means sometimes fights, frustrations, figuring things out as we go. But if you're clear on the big picture, which is, holy cow, we all get to do this together. This is amazing that we have this opportunity, and we love each other, and everything is approached from love anyway. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. I would really be curious if you have any instances of this happening for you with family, whether you live together or not.